Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a few days. Uh, I have been playing this offline for a few days. Oh, actually, hang on, I totally fucked it up. Of course. Yeah, I broke it. Well, okay. While the black screen is on, I have been playing this off stream for a few days. And, honestly, I'm not really sure if I actually like this game or not. um, so the problem is they alleviated a little bit of this in the patch that just dropped today. But the way that the progression system is just a little, it's pretty grindy. They had god damn it. They had advertised this game initially as like a very casual game, and like you were supposed to be able to drop in and make some progress towards some great stuff and be able to drop out and not really have to worry about grinding stuff too much. But the game, as it's built right now, is like the exact opposite of that. It's incredibly grindy, and unfortunately, on top of being grindy, there's just not a lot of content to play. So I'll show it off in a second after I actually fix my game. Okay, hopefully I did it right. Once it actually connects and everything. We're back. We're back. Okay. Okay, so research. These are all your perks, right? And you look on the right side of the screen, and you'll see under in the middle there's the weak, strong, resonant blocks. I'll explain that in a second. But under that is like a green thingy with a red 5, and then a 10 with the yellow bars. Okay, so if you look on top of the screen.
While I certainly commend proactivity, I must say the very thought makes me deeply uncomfortable.
Okay, well, stop talking, I guess. I'm trying to explain this. So, like, up on the top right, these are all your resources that you have to collect. And so, like, for the level 1 version of these perks, you only need the yellow part. And you see I have 249 up on the top right. These are like the basic requisition points that you can get in game. They're called lost assets, and the items in game are the memo folders from Control. If you remember when we played Control, there were like these red folders that you picked up, and then they had things you can read. Those are what like the basic points you pick up during the game, and then when you beat a level, you just get some you get a few automatically, but you're supposed to pick up as many as you can in game. And then all the like the color resources next to that, you can only get like so okay. So there's 5 missions, and each mission there is a clearance level, and each clearance. Okay, so at clearance 3, there's 3 areas in the game, and each area is locked by a gate, and you have to complete all the objectives in level 1 to unlock the gate for level 2. which you do all the objectives in level 2, and it unlocks the gate for level 3, right? And you see up above the white bar, or the highlighted thing I'm using right now, there's potential rewards, lost assets, and whispering ash. Oh my god, shut up, guys. I'm trying to talk. So, lost assets, those are the basic points. And then whispering ash. If you notice, when I move up and down levels here, level 1, 2, and 3, lost assets, that bar moves up. You get more, you can get more lost assets depending on the clearance level. But you aren't, whispering ash is still grayed out. You have to, you can only get those through corrupted, okay, through corruption. And what corruption is basically a slight randomization in the amount of enemies and enemy types that spawn. But then also there will be an object, usually one in each clearance zone. There will be an object in the world that randomly affects how things are played out. Like there's a stop sign. If you remember that from Control, there was one of the objects that we had to cleanse was a stoplight, and so it's like, you know, red, green, or green, yellow, red, and it affects your, like, when you can move. And then there's an object that makes the enemies faster, or gives them shields, or like lowers the gravity, and a bunch of stuff. And then a gun spawns in the game that you can pick up and destroy those objects with. So, but you can only get, like, each, okay, so Hotfix has the Whispering Ash, and then Paper Chase has one called Viscous Strips, and then Ground Control has Achromatic Sand. And so you have to grind particular levels if you want, like this. Okay, so this perk, Athlete, it needs 5 resonant globs. So you have to play frequency shift to get to grind out the globs to unlock this perk. And every perk is like this. The basic ones only need the basic assets, but then the level 2 and level 3 need the special stuff that you can only get in a particular level by grinding out corruption of that level. And then on top of that, so in the patch for today, they split this off into 2 different sections. They have the essentials, which is your grenades, and then the basic guns and the upgrades to those guns. And as you can see, I've already gotten, I've leveled up everything to the highest tier. But so you start out with none of this. You have to buy everything in the store. And so what they did originally, both this and these are cosmetic items. So like these are totally inessential. That's why there's the essentials and the expressions. But the original, how it was until yesterday, is that both of these were combined in a single store, and it would be like one page you have guns, and then you have to buy 3 different cosmetics to open the next page, which has another, which may have like the first level of guns. And then you have to buy more cosmetics to open up the next page, which has 3 more things that you actually need. And then you have to buy more cosmetics, right? They switched that. So there's one store page with all the guns and grenades and stuff. So you can buy those without having to buy cosmetics. But then what they did, since they split it off, is that they made everything on both stores more expensive. So you don't have to buy cosmetics to get the next page, but you have to pay more to buy the guns. And then they did the same thing with the cosmetics. Like, this is the last page, right? And these 3 items were on the last page of the combined store. So you had like the tier 3 guns up here, and then you had these cosmetic items down here. In the previous store, these 3 items cost $30 each, and now they're $100 or $90 and $100. So they just made everything more expensive instead of just splitting them off and lessening the grind. They just changed the way that the grind presents itself, which is, they didn't really get the memo on how to make the grind better. Okay, sorry bot. Thanks for the follow, I guess. But okay. So anyways, since I got, you know, I got all the guns and shit, and none of okay, so let's go through the store. Does it, like, okay, so here's another thing. They have these cosmetics, but you can't actually preview the cosmetics to see what they would look like on your character. So you don't really know, like, if things would fit or what you would want to buy. You just have to like buy shit and wing it, I guess, which doesn't make me want to buy stuff more. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so anyways, like, I bought all of the essentials. I have all the guns and stuff like that. And basically, the only thing that I have left to do in this game is to, like, upgrade random perks that, you know, there's so many perks, and so many of them are things that I do not think I would ever want to use. And so here's part of the problem. So there's 3 kits. There's the fixed kit, which has a giant wrench, and there's things in the game that you bonk with the wrench, and it'll instantly repair instead of having to play a mini game. And there will also be like turrets around some levels that you hit with the wrench, and you'll like build the turret. And okay, and then the jump kit, I haven't actually used this one yet. If you notice, I have 0 experience, but you get like an impact hammer, I guess. If you don't know what Unreal Tournament is, I guess that's not gonna help describe it, but it's a hammer, I guess, that you charge up. And so one part of it is that it actually blows out air. So if somebody with the splash kit hits something with water, like the sticky notes, then you can use the jump kit to blast it with air and destroy it without needing to use ammo to destroy it. But another part of it is that you can rocket jump with it. If you charge it up and then aim it at the ground, you can jump super high with it. And then instead of a turret, you get a boombox. It's just like a box that aggroes enemies for you. And then the splash kit, which I think is really the most useful. So you get the water, and that lets you basically remove status. Like, it'll clear out fire around the world, and it'll clear status effects off you and your teammates. So like, if you're on fire, or if you got papered, or like you get gooed in one of the missions, you can get like pink goo that covers you. and the splash kit removes that. And then also the humidifier is a portable med station. So this one's pretty fucking useful, especially because you get on fire all the time in this game. The fire is everywhere, and burn status. Okay, so burn status, not only does it put you on fire, but it lasts while you're downed, and then people who are picking you up while you're down will catch fire. It's like fire is too powerful a status effect, I think. But anyways, this is the most useful in my opinion because it removes all of that, you know. So anyways, what returning to this, each kit has a maximum of 9 perks, and you have to level up each kit up to level 9 to actually get all those perks, but there's only so many slots you can put stuff, and like some of the stuff I found to be really like the problem is there's a few different level up there's a few perks that are really good, but you need, so look over on the right and you see weak checked and strong checked. So, and then above that there's the bar, or like the bar with the perk icons. So watch this. So I'm gonna remove strong and weak. So you don't level up, or you can't add a 3-tier perk unless you have 3 open slots. So if you want a really strong version of a perk, that means you're gonna have 3 slots automatically gone for 1 perk. So there's only so many that you can fill up, even, or that you can use even on a maximum, or like a level 9 perk bar, which means the vast majority of these perks you're never going to use. Now, I have been using Blackrock rounds because there's a couple of like really big enemy types in this game, and they don't like, it's really hard for you to, or like there's one particular enemy type that's called a bruiser, and they're invincible to all damage except for a weak spot on their back. And the Blackrock rounds will stun them into submissions, so they can't actually get up, so you can do more damage. And like there's some other perks that do, you know, like will ignite them, or will add heat, which is also bad because they will light you on fire. But you like shock and cold and stuff like this. Stagger's not too bad, but Blackrock also has a side benefit to where if you do enough damage, they will destroy like the modifier objects. So I've been using Blackrock rounds, and actually that reminds me, I need to equip this instead. What do I, okay, reload. Okay, so I have not really found too much success with the rifle or the revolver. Supposedly the combat shotgun and the double barrel shotgun are really good, but I personally have not really thought that they were very good on the higher difficulties. The submachine gun is really good, except when you're on like high clearance, because they don't quite do enough damage, and it chews through ammo really fast. The machine gun does a lot of damage, especially for like the big enemies that I was just talking about. But the problem is that you move very, very slowly with it. So unfortunately, I do not have enough perk slots. Otherwise, I would be using the move fast perk, because you kind of need it. Actually, yeah, let's play with the set. I was just, what I want to do for this stream is just kind of like play through the clearance 3 missions without modifiers, just to like show off the game. So I think I'll be safe with just the machine gun for now. And then because of that, yeah, let's remove chronicity though, and then let's do revive. Actually no. So the problem with the mini game, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get started. Is that like, so it's basically you just have to hit the control. Well, I'm using the controller. You hit the bumpers in a certain sequence as it goes down, and you have to hit. You hit them like 20 or 30 times to fix a thing. It's really long. Apparently, no one else is trying to play this particular mission at that particular difficulty right now. Okay.
I need you in the chamber repairing the furnace seal before that cursed thing burns this place to the ground.
Okay, so over here is the shower. This is... Oh. This seems to only happen if you're actually playing the fix-it kick. So, this is where your extra health is, and then this is your ammo pickup station. And then these are the safe rooms. What?
Safe room secured. This will be a good place for any future volunteers to drop in.
Yeah, so these are where, guys, you respawn after you die. And actually, okay, so this guy I'm shooting at right now is the guy who's invincible to everything except for those weak spot. So in safe rooms, you want to look around because this is where you can find the assets, your resources.
That's better.
Oh hey, we got an extra guy. And this is the Blackrock gun. When you're playing the modified levels, that's the gun that destroys those modified objects. Let me in. What's going on?
Keep it up.
Let me through. Fuck. Now, apparently, they slightly changed how much
Progress, crew.
how much your tool fixes things, because pre-patch it took like 3 hits, 3 or 4 to get those up and running, but now it only takes 2.
Watch your fire. It was big.
And see, the Blackrock rounds, if you notice, when I could hit him from the front and he instantly went to the knee, if you don't have Blackrock rounds, he will just infinitely tank your bullets, and it won't. You have to wait for him to do a specific move that will stick him to the ground for a few. This move right there.
Water in my boots. There's no such thing as friendly fire.
With the Blackrock rounds, they put him down so you can actually go and turn around and wail on him, which is super, super useful.
I'm opening the next containment door.
Taste of victory.
So this is where clearance 1 ends, right here.
What's back there?
You don't open this door.
Lads, get 'em spinning.
And sometimes enemies actually drop ammo, but not all the time. So you gotta watch out. So... Oh, thank you.
Ready to fight.
Okay, so that's another thing, is that the wrench that I have can fix things in one hit. The charge gun can charge things instantly, and there are a lot of things in this game that require charges. So it is, I would say, it's probably arguably more useful than the wrench kit.
You see this too, right?
Whoops. Blew up my own turret.
Careful. Look at it fly.
Now, these banshees, or I'm pretty sure they're like called distorted, but one of their things is, in addition to their main attack, is spewing barf on you that does like all your damage. It does super amounts of damage, but the other thing is that they turn invisible. And they will run around super fast when they're invisible, but if you ping them, it's down on the D-pad if you're on controller. It will highlight them in red, so even if they're invisible, you'll still see the ping outline. So that's pretty useful.
Come on! It's distorted. I could use some support. Resonant shielding is down.
Oops.
I need
Yeah.
someone.
I was trying to get her around the wall so she would miss, but too slow.
Our shift ain't over. Thank you, friend.
Now, that's this is another enemy where Blackrock rounds definitely come in handy because, again, just like the big invincible guy, they basically tank all the damage that you give them, unless you have one of these status effect guns or bullets.
That went well. Excellent.
Move and okay. So this is what I was talking about. If you look on my health bar, there was a little fire icon, and it was red, and now it's turned into a blue water drop. There are sections in the game where there may not even be fire in the level. You may not have touched fire, but it's hot enough to where you will start to build up the fire status effect anyways. If you have the water gun as your kit, you can just splash yourself with water and it will remove that status effect. And this is the mini game that I was talking about.
Do I look like a monster to you?
Some of them can get incredibly long, and you're trying to do it under pressure, like when you have enemies bearing down on you, and it gets really annoying. Oh, oops. Oh, fuck. I hit the thing too. So you're supposed to fix all those so the flares do not come out of the fan. And if you notice, I hit the final panel as the flare was already coming, so I couldn't stop it. Didn't really find much in the way of resources in these first two levels. And then this is where clearance 2 ends at this door. So basically you run up, you finish all those objectives, and then it'll be like run back to the beginning and open and call for the elevator.
Your goal is getting that seal back in
Oh,
place on the
uh-oh.
furnace.
Run.
And you'll need to suppress its aura with buckets of black rock that you can fill using the dispensers. Then send them down the suspension lines. Okay, you can do this.
Okay, yeah, see, and if you notice, this guy was on fire, and as I'm reviving him, now I'm on fire too, because the status effect does not leave when you get downed. So if this guy's on fire, and then you try to revive him, and you catch on fire, you can both get down, like, almost instantly. And that's just how it goes.
We brought it down. Shielding failed. Back to work, buddy.
And apparently BlackRock was not affecting this guy.
We bagged his elevator. Moving down.
You got black rock in some of those barrels. Good. Now,
Okay, no one's picking me up, so let's use a life
Let's get this done together.
and just get back up here. Your corpse is like when you decide to redeploy, your corpse drops all the items that you picked up, and it's like it can be a huge pain to find your corpse again because the stuff is not highlighted. It makes a sound if you notice. You can kind of hear a high-pitched sound, and that means there's something nearby. But if okay, that's bad. When that happens, you have to hide behind something, and there's only a few items that actually block the flare, but you have to hide. And see, in the corner, now I'm on fire, even though I have not touched fire, because it's just hot in the room. But anyways, if you get downed and nobody's around to have seen that your corpse exploded with a whole bunch of stuff, then there's a chance that none of it gets picked up, and you just lose it for the match. You're done.
Ready for what's next.
Apparently I'm full. So, you're really not supposed to do this. How this area works is that you fill these barrels up, and then you send them down to the end over there. And you send them into the furnace to calm them down. And if you see up in the top left, on this level, on this difficulty, you only have to do 5. And see, I'm on fire again, just because it's hot in the room, so you just always have a burn status effect. So you put these barrels, and then you send them down that way, and then somebody will. There's a thing right there that sends it into the furnace. But every time you put a barrel into the furnace, it triggers the flare. So what you really want to do is just fill as many barrels up as you can, and then send them all and dump them all as fast as you can, all at once, so you don't have to deal with so many flares. Of course, none of this is explained to the player, and this is a co-op game that does not have voice chat, so you cannot communicate with your teammates other than the ping. So you can't tell new players any of this. And I'm on fire again.
Watch out, another flare on the way.
So I have to wait for the flare to finish and then try to book it over to... Oh, good.
Do
Okay.
whatever needs doing. Just get that seal in place before the suppression wears thin.
Oh, and because the furnace is closed, there's no more heat, so I'm not on fire anymore. So that's also good.
Alright, seal in place and hold it strong. It's a good day to be a member of FIREBREAK.
Now, there's another safe room down there that they did not open, which potentially has more assets, but these guys obviously either don't know that, or they don't care, and are booking it back to the exit, so we're just gonna follow them.
Pouch full.
Just letting you know, I'm looking at a wave of hiss starting to make their way down to you. Here they come. Put them down, crew. Service elevator's coming to you.
Elevated down.
And sometimes during these final segments, it'll spawn like a boss, mini boss. There aren't really bosses in this game, but like they're called quote unquote powerful enemies in the documentation, but they just are an enemy that has more health, basically. And those guys will spawn assets, but they don't. Oh, oops. They always spawn on the modified levels, but not always on the regular ones.
Nice to see it come to fruition.
Oh, this was a level 1 guy. Oh, almost. Damn.
You ready? Good.
Do you think there's any chance that time can work differently inside the oldest house? Space does. So why not time, too?
You mean, is there any chance we finally escape this place and the world hasn't moved on without us?
Yes.
I doubt it, Jer.
Yeah, that was my assumption before Alan Wake 2 came out. That there was some kind of time dilation thing going on, but apparently not. Apparently the oldest house has just been closed the whole time. Okay, so for Paper Chase... Oh,
There's such a thing as too many sticky notes. It's your job to bring the number down as best you can.
so you're really... I mean, wait, this guy has a fucking water tank. Oh my god, what is he doing? Okay, so what you're supposed to do is like the guy with the water tank, you spray the sticky notes with water, and then it takes like one bullet to kill or to get rid of the sticky notes. I don't know what the fuck this guy is doing. There's a level 3 guy, so you should... and again, there's no voice chat, so I can't tell him to use the water gun on him. There we go.
No slacking, crew.
Our objective is in sight.
No, see, I can't tell him to use the water gun.
You see it? This is important.
Hey, same crew, remember?
Done.
Hey, watch your shots.
And this is another status effect that could be eliminated with the spray gun. Now, sometimes at the beginning of the match you can change your loadout, but the elevator's closed now. It would be useful if I could show this person what to do, but now I can't.
Nothing like a little
Now it's done. We can move on now.
That's great, thanks.
Safe room secured. Now take a look around for anything useful.
Shields burned!
Just what I needed.
Yeah, I guess I should probably do that too. Now, I don't think I pointed this out before, but every time you open a safe room, guys spawn. So it's kind of a trade-off if you want to get in there right now, or maybe you're like dealing
This is what
with a big
happens
horde
when you
already,
stand together.
and even though you're low on health, if you open up the door for a respawn, then you're gonna spawn even more guys. So can you handle, like... And sometimes, even though you have Blackrock rounds, they'll still tank your gun.
No matter how big, you can still fall.
Yeah, so do you hear that noise? And before the patch today, those things did not glow. So in the patch notes, the devs noted that over 90% of players never once picked up one of those notes because they did not realize that they were that they were able to be picked up and that you were supposed to pick them up. Because there's no documentation in this game. Like, there's no tutorials to tell you any of this. They just, I guess, expected you to know all of this instantly. Excuse me. And this is obviously, if you notice, one of the more tedious missions. You're just supposed to, like, sit here and knock on these papers. And especially if you have a person who is using the splash kit who does not know what you're supposed to be doing, and there's no way to explain it to them, it takes a much longer. Because like I said, if they can just they just hose this whole place down with water, and then it takes one bullet to destroy all these things. But instead, I have to sit here and do it myself. Because this guy does not know what to do, and he's apparently using a revolver, which only has 6 shots. Which means it's gonna take fucking forever to do anything. And I'm out of ammo. And unfortunately, either... There you go! Holy shit! Nope, you almost had it. Oh yeah. So as I was saying, this level is tedious as hell because this and then the next section after it, you do this. This is the whole thing. You do this while enemies spawn, and that's it. I don't know why anybody thought this was fun, but it's not really fun. I mean, it goes faster with 3 people, and unfortunately it seems like either no one wants to play this level right now, or matchmaking is just not putting anybody in this game. But if I use the gun anymore, I'm probably gonna use up every box of extra ammo in the ammo shed before we even move on.
More gunpowder. One less elevated. His elevated is dead.
This guy's taking some hits. Yeah, see the level 1, like, or level 1, the level 3 machine gun, like the big machine gun, will take those guys down super quick. I had assumed that there, like, people would actually join the game and we would be able to clear this faster. Maybe I should switch. I'm trying to level up this kid.
Done and done.
Hey, finally. I'm trying to level up this kit, and then I'll move on to the jump gun so I can get all 3 of them cleared out. But maybe I should switch to the splash gun just in case for the next ones, since I'm trying to play this on stream and I want to actually get through them. So maybe it's better if I just play the maxed out kit. Excuse me. If, on the off chance I die, I can change kit when I redeploy, so... I don't mean, I don't want to die, but if it happens, then...
This is what happens when you stand together.
Let's see, this is another part of, oh, wow. Getting some meaty spawns right here, huh? This is another part of, the clearance too, is that now the sticky notes make a person, and if you have a water gun, cough, 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 you hose these guys down, and it takes like a quarter of the amount of bullets that it usually does to kill them. I can't tell the guy that because there's no fucking voice chat.
Just like last time. Until this zone's contained, just keep culling sticky notes.
Yeah, see,
Whatever
this is the
form they
whole
take.
this is the whole level. It's so dumb.
It's like I always say, crowded affair, the shower's always there.
We can move on now. Heating up.
Yes, yes. You finally got it. Maybe. Let's see if it sticks. And one other thing about modified levels is that if you on the regular clearance, no modified, like the ammo shed and stuff, these two will always be here, but on modified levels, they are moved to random locations. Not sure what just exploded there.
It's down. No matter how big, you can still fall.
Find that strong hiss and put it down so we can get to the next zone.
Watch your shots.
You're on your way. That's what I like to see.
He's finally getting it. Okay, okay. Oh, whoops. I didn't even notice my health was low. Okay, he's finally learning, so that's good. Now, for the ammo sheds, it doesn't really take long. It only takes a couple of taps to refill your ammo all the way, but it makes you go through a whole bunch of taps if you want to refill your grenades and shit.
Strongholds is down.
Ouch.
Shooting down.
Loading up.
Here's a
This crisis ain't over. Get to the next zone.
Oh, and we're out of health. So the thing about both these sheds is that there's a finite amount of resources, and eventually they just stop working.
ammunition.
Now, this one, it says destroy even more sticky notes, but that's because of the boss. The boss of this level is just a giant comprised completely of sticky notes, and so you just kill the boss.
This is what happens
And
when you stand together.
I will be curious to see whether this guy knows what's up.
He's way
Oh.
too, whatever he is, to go down easy. That's why you got machinery in place to make this a whole hell of a lot easier.
So, the basic idea is that you hit that one to start the water spray, and then, oh my god, what did you do? You hit this one. Okay, so we're gonna have to eat some health here. The spawn is over here, but I got the door open, so we should be spawning right here.
You guys needed a hand.
Well, we're at the end. So let's just go.
We can get this
Let's see if we can figure. I don't know why this guy like this happens every once in a while. It's like he gets stunned for about a second and then he goes back. Okay. Fuck it. Switch kit.
fired up.
In this zone, Sticky Ricky is the quarter. Keep your focus on bringing him down. He goes down, you're good.
Oh, excuse me.
That was difficult. Now it's done.
So yeah, and then so you have to hit the thing over here, or to turn on. You have to fix, and every time you use it, you have to fix the stuff again. So you have to do all this stuff to fix, and then so you spray the water first. If you want to do the maximum amount of damage, what you have to do is you spray the water first, and then you hit the electricity over here, and it'll do a ton of damage. Of course, he might not be even on water by the time I finish this. Did I just say on water? And this part is actually where the fix kit does come in handy, because you can just whack these things once instead of going through the mini game. Since this guy doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know to be repairing this at the same time I'm on the other side fixing that. Okay, so I fixed this, but I haven't used it yet. So let's try... Yeah, okay.
Soaked.
Okay, so if I can survive his next wave of hits, I should be able to hit both of these. Come on, come on! Nice, okay. Wait, he's still alive? What?
I've got you.
Appreciate it.
How is he alive with 0 health? What the fuck? He's pinging me like I don't know what I'm doing.
Ricky is down. Down, not out. But enough to keep this sector contained.
Okay.
What is this?
Early warning that a whole load of Hess are heading in your direction.
And the other thing that it doesn't really tell you, one of many things it doesn't really tell you for the mechanics of how this game works, you don't have to stand under the shower the entire time until you're fully healed. You only have to get it, stay under for a couple seconds to get it to start healing you, and then you can just run, and it'll continue to heal you.
Stronghold is down.
Okay, now I could use a little bit of ammo. I guess only a little bit. But see, you notice how much slower I'm running now? How much faster this guy is?
Elevator's on its way.
No matter how big, you could still fall. We can move on now. I needed that.
Oh, well, elevator's here. And once again, no boss.
Elevator's
Interesting.
here. Get in. Job done. Drop your boots at the incinerator. Get on home.
Alright, well, that could have gone a lot smoother if this person wasn't level 3 and knew how the mechanics worked. But, I mean, like I said, there's no way to explain this stuff to other people on your team, because... So, what are you gonna do? And ground control is
Leeches are back. Get down there and clear them out.
another very tedious mission.
Maybe it doesn't get said enough around here, but I'm glad you're with us, Jerry.
Oh. Thanks, Hank. Just happy to be of service.
And Once again, nobody's coming, so we're just gonna wing it. This time, I'm gonna play the splash tank. We're gonna play the water gun. Just because I really don't want to deal with having problems. Okay, so on this mission...
An empty shuttle there. By the time you push her all the way to the launch site, I want to see her glowing like some kind of messed up Christmas tree. So get out there and start hunting those pearls.
So, the objective for this mission is... Oh, there's nothing spawned. Okay, so you see these little black things? You gotta shoot them, and then randomly one of them will have... Wow, seriously? Already? They will drop these green things that you have to load into your little tractor over there on the train right here. The thing about it though is that when you are around the glowy things, you get radiation, and just like fire, it damages you. So you gotta run back to the shower to decontaminate. Which makes this, I mean, not only is it random when these things drop the items you need, but then it takes even longer because you're always running back to the shower to decontaminate. Yeah, see, these thingies.
Good work, crew.
Now, if you're lucky... Cough, cough, cough. There will be giant versions of these, which drop 2 or 3. And then they also have... drop... Like, if you stand under them, it, like, drops a... I don't know, like a radiation shower on you or something. That makes you immune to radiation damage, so you can pick up the glowy orb things without getting damaged. And that lasts, I think, for like 20 seconds.
No matter how big, you can still fall.
Shuttle's falling behind. Wheels could use some grease, but she'll move if you push her.
Yeah, well, there's only one of me. And since I'm playing solo, yeah, see, I just got covered in goo. This means, like, if I found a thingy, then I could actually pick it up freely. Oh, speaking of which... Let's see, for the moment, I'm not taking radiation damage. Anyways, what I was gonna say is that since I'm playing solo, the train in this train cart, if you don't push it every once in a while, it goes backwards. And since I'm playing solo, there's no real reason for me to like push it forwards until I have all the items that it needs, which is several, unfortunately. Which means this is going to take even longer. Oh, hey, there's 2 of them. That's good. And 3. That's good. Alright.
Done.
It's not very cool when they hide their head. See, one thing I think that contributes to people not knowing you're supposed to pick stuff up is that it, like, before they didn't have the noise and they didn't have the glowy effect, but there are things in the world that are like this little bag right here. It looks pretty familiar, or it looks pretty similar, excuse me, to the memos, but there's no, or you can't pick those up, so there's no real indication.
I wouldn't leave that shuttle behind, I were you.
Apparently I can't pick this up. That's cool. And see, you can hear the Geiger counter spiking, and now I'm totally irradiated, so... Yeah, I guess splashing water on myself isn't gonna help if I'm standing right next to the thing. So. Oh boy.
That was difficult. Now it's done.
It's pretty rare that those handles are broken when you're not playing the fix kit.
You can think of that shuttle like another member of the crew. Best to keep her close.
Man, nobody is joining this game. It's crazy. And see, so you see how tedious this is, and then just like the last, just like Paper Chase, the next section is the exact same thing, only in a different area. It's one thing, like, I know I'm not too up on the co-op shooter scene right now, but like when I think of these games, like I put a lot of time into Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, so that's what I think of. And I think not having like multi-level campaigns where you're actually like moving through areas and doing stuff instead of just like this tedious busy work, I think it's a huge detriment to the game. Like, this is not really all that fun, activity-wise. Wow, that thing didn't drop any... Oh, it did. Oh, and it's in the fire, okay. Where the fuck am I even going?
I know it's heavy, but you gotta keep that shuttle moving alongside you.
Oh, no, I want this. Can I zip line with this? Oh, hey, shit. Okay. I don't know what I just got stuck on right there. Okay, well that helps a little bit.
I wouldn't leave that shuttle behind, I were you. Nice one.
Strong hiss is down.
That was a strong hiss. Well, this definitely
Just
was
what I
not the way I had intended to show off this level. I expected some, like... Oh, okay, socials. I mean, I'm pretty sure public matchmaking is still on. I don't remember turning it off.
Next zone open.
A taste of victory.
Infestation's looking rough back there. Still, we got a job to do. Find those pearls. Get them loaded.
Pouch full.
Okay, now these guys, just like Control, you can't beat them. Look how big this area is. And I need 15 of those little orbs now. This is solo with no modifiers.
The shuttle's pretty far back now. Get behind it to give her a shove.
Oh, hey, wow. Usually you don't find those extra resources unless you're in the corrupted. I guess I can use those zip lines, huh?
I know it's heavy, but you gotta keep that shuttle moving alongside you.
Shield broken.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Don't lose faith. We brought it down.
Don't really need the black rock line.
shuttle like another member of the crew. Best to keep her close.
I'm going.
It's like sometimes your character somehow just gets stuck on like geometry or something and gets stuck in a slower run, and then you have to like jump or like toggle or release sprint and then sprint again, and it'll go back to like the real sprint speed.
Like your progress.
What the fuck? Okay. Oops, wrong guy.
Shuttle's falling behind. Wheels could use some grease, but she'll move if you push her.
Yeah, I'm not playing with the modifiers on. That's weird. I guess they're just feeling sorry for me since I'm playing solo.
Hank said you guys needed a hand.
Oh shit, we got a player.
That's what I like to see.
Okay, we probably should stay down here and help this guy out before we go ransacking.
My resonance shields are burned.
Shields out!
This is what happens when you stand together.
Why am I not hitting this guy?
I know it's heavy, but you gotta keep
There we
that
go.
shuttle moving alongside you.
Now the sinks don't heal you as much as the showers, obviously, but you know, when you're away from the shower, every little bit helps, so. Now, obviously, not a lot of opportunities for orbs, but sometimes there's some, you know, the assets or resources out here.
You can think of that shuttle
See?
like another member of the crew. Best to keep her close.
We can move on now.
Just trying to think, where haven't I been yet?
I wouldn't leave that shuttle behind, I were you.
Okay.
Good progress, crew.
Now we can move into the final area.
Elevated down. Just what I needed.
Wait, why am I still irradiated? Didn't I just hop in the shower?
Doors open.
It's not far enough.
No matter how big, you can still fall.
Almost there. Now get the shuttle inside the launcher.
So, one of the nice things, I mean, other than it doing a lot of damage, is that the machine gun sure does have a big magazine.
This is what happens when you stand together. Strong hisses down. That was difficult. Now it's done.
Sounded like there's...
Go on and give that shuttle a push until she's all the way up in there.
Heating up.
Yeah, it looks like something broke.
She's locked in there. We're gonna need to fuel the launch manually. Get those pumps going.
Well, I can see the achievement thing, and it says hands-off approach. Now, hands-on approach was like you kill a certain amount of guys within it's like within 5 meters of yourself. So that's hands-off approach, which I'm guessing means kill enemies at a distance farther than something.
down! Careful now. We can move on now. This distorted here. We've done.
Hello.
This elevated is dead.
Huh? Oh. And there should be another shelter over here.
Look at this.
Now, something I've noticed about this game is that the boss characters overwhelmingly seem to have feminine names. I don't know why that is.
Hey, we're on the same crew.
She's all fueled up, hit the ignition, and we're done here.
All right. Man, these missions sure take a lot longer when it's just you. I'm glad this other person showed up.
Well done. Wasn't sure she was gonna make it up there this time, but I like a surprise as much as the next guy.
Okay, now to get back.
Still in the fight.
Heads up. I'm seeing a load of hiss starting to make their way toward your job site.
See, look how much faster this guy is because I have the MG on. So this is why I really need... And I have, like, the weak version of the Run Faster perk on. And he's still, like, your character is still this slow.
Strong hiss is down.
Nothing to it.
Service elevators at your location.
Nice job, bud.
That's what grit looks like. Great work, crew.
That's actually a lot of assets for a clearance 3 no modifier. Okay, so then.
Looks like we're cleaning up research's mess.
Yeah. Nope. What am I doing?
I've been studying astronaut reports and have started to wonder, what if there were a way to exit here, enter there, then exit someplace else? Outside.
Wouldn't matter. So long as it is through here, we can't leave.
Just so.
I think you want to use the Ocean View Motel. And see, I'm not getting anybody connected to my game again. What the hell, man? Public matchmaking is on, right? I mean, it has to be because that guy just joined my game. Yeah, public matchmaking checked on. Okay. Oh, hey.
Time to move, crew. Get those helmets on. It's only a matter of time before this whole place blows apart. If you can't get all the frequency emitters in this area back online.
So the gimmick for this mission is that everything is covered in this goo. And in addition to having to clear off all this stuff that's covered in goo, you can get stuck, you can have goo stuck onto you, and it'll slow you down, and if you get hit, you can explode for damage, and you can damage your teammates, and it's just generally not fun. One of the problems is we'll see, you'll see it in the, when we get there, but in the final area, there's a section where the goo respawns so fast, like you have to traverse through these hallways into the next area, and in order to get there you have to destroy the goo that's in your way. But as the levels are right now, the goo respawns so fast that it'll get in your way, and occasionally it'll spawn so fast, like as you're passing through the point where it is, it'll respawn on you and you'll get stuck inside the goo. I'm kind of doing these objectives out of order. What you're technically supposed to do is go fix the power cables first, and then you fix the you repair the emitter. But I did the emitter first. It doesn't tell you you can do that, but you can. So one of the things you can do is, one person will go around and fixing the cables while another person repairs it, and those are also things that you can fix with the wrench. Just whack it one time and it'll do it itself. Oh, bad fucking time to reload. That was on me.
We can move on now.
Christ, that's forever.
Pink!
Plates won't do nothing on their own. Take them to an emitter and put them in.
I hear another big guy.
That's it. Frequency activated. Next zone open.
We brought it down. One less elevated.
Emitters need power like anything else. So get it on.
No one shoot! I'm pink!
About to get pincer moved.
The breaker is dead.
Find out what's wrong with your power and take care of it.
Burning out.
Oh no!
Shit ain't over.
Oh wait, he's reviving me. Okay.
Shielding down.
It's almost like something cancels them out of their stun lock. It's weird. Oh, I forgot to pick up ammo.
That mirror looks dead. Find out why it's not got any juice coming into it.
Pink? Not good.
Yeah, see, look how ridiculous this is. Oh, uh-oh. Where's my guy?
You've got to believe.
That emitter needs power.
Let's get some light.
No more shielding. Pink.
I think the explosion bubbles, like the big or like the pink bubbles I was just hitting. I think when you hit those, then it stops the goo from regenerating.
The emitter looks dead. Find out why it's not got any juice coming into it.
Okay, is that all that? Nope, no more. Hey, does he know there's a shower over
You
here?
can try to wash it off here.
Okay. And yes, if you screw up a button, it'll damage you.
Emitter up and running.
Nope, not that one. Okay, so this is the area with the fast spawns.
Elevated down.
I'm getting a little choppy with the FPS here.
This is what happens when you stand together. Eyes over here now. That was difficult. Now it's done.
So long as that emitter's not drinking power, it's not gonna work.
This elevated is dead. Done.
I don't even actually know where my teammate is right now.
That emitter needs power.
Check that fire.
I wonder if headshots still matter. Like if you do headshots on the little back guy for these things, does that actually do more damage?
Find out what's wrong with the power and take care of it.
ready to fight.
They may be stuck behind that thing. Oh, guess not.
No matter how big, you can.
Emitters need power like anything else. So get it on.
See, look how fast that thing respawned. Luckily, it didn't catch us in the hallway, but I've had it happen multiple times. I'm not sure how the enemy spawns in this area work, if it's dependent on like when you put panels on, if it increases spawns, or when you fix the panels, or what, but...
It's a fiddly thing, but you gotta find a way to knock those plates into place.
I'm not sure if I explained the orbs. Like in Control, they are enemy buffs. If they're around, then the enemies heal
Resonance
quicker.
shield is broken. I need assistance.
Aw, what?
Back to work, buddy.
That's relieving.
All frequencies online. Now hold back the hiss while we get the final emitter calibrated to the others.
Nice.
I wish those emitters were a bit sturdier, but boy, I'm glad we have them.
Maybe it's because there's less people, but usually there's several panels missing, and you have to find them in this area and then attach them, and then do the repairs, and then align the dish. So it's
Help me.
significantly longer. Oh, can you get that thing hooked up? It looks like he's running. Which is too bad, because we have a lot of pickups that we're about to lose.
I've gotcha.
See, this is why I think the revolver is just not a good gun. You need something with more ammo.
Yes.
Okay, where's the guy? Should we just book it?
Over here.
Where's this guy going?
Strong hiss is down.
Hold out till the elevator gets down to you.
Oh, I was gonna say, where the fuck did it go?
Loading up.
Doors are open. Get in that elevator.
All right. Well, that was a little bit shorter than ground control, so that's nice.
Ask for a better crew.
Didn't get any extra pickups in this mission though, which is interesting. All right, one more.
Go calm that damn ski lift down.
I noticed we had a surplus of recreational reading material, so I traded a few boxes to the maintenance team in exchange for 24 bottles of their homemade beer. I don't personally condone drinking at work, but I thought the volunteers would enjoy it. I hope that's okay.
Oh, Jerry, you're a goddamn genius.
$400 huh? Now, I could. I mean, all this shit's so expensive now, but I want to save it just like for all this research. The problem is that the research, you know, I have to grind out those the corrupted levels, and it's just like, do I really want to do that? I don't know. There's just so little to this game, content-wise. It's like I've only actually been playing. Like I was sitting on the menu describing stuff for like 25 minutes, and we're coming up on 2 hours now. And that's
colder than usual today. 4 out of 5 times, that means the ski lift is up to trouble again. Call it to the service terminal within the enclosure. Calm it down. Not forgetting to knock out any frost anomalies you encounter along the way.
okay. So the gimmick for this is that there's these frost thingies, and you have to start up these little portable heaters, and then just throw them in the frost things, and eventually they will melt down and disappear. But it takes like a minute.
My shield is down!
I think there's only 4 back there. Nope.
I like your progress.
Nice. Okay. And if you're not careful, if you get in front of these when they're ignited, then they can light you on fire.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if the spawns on these are the same every time. And if they are, I'm not sure if they get randomized if you play on Corrupted.
Look.
That safe room open? You got a new place for fresh volunteers to come through.
We brought it down.
Resonant shielding gone!
Elevated down.
Alright, so the next, just like every other stage, when you after you clear one, section 2 is the same thing, only more. So since you already have all these things lit up, it saves you a little bit of time if you just if you can bring something with you.
Keep it up.
But since there's only 2 of us, we're only gonna bring 2.
Opening the next zone.
Soaked. We can move on now.
Find
Yeah,
the heaters
another
and
spawn?
Take out the anomalies, just like the last zone. Well, apart from the renegade ski lift trying to make you a popsicle, I suppose.
Okay, so there's one up there. Oh, you think you're being slick coming up behind us, huh?
Good to go.
What's that over there? That's that's not the machine gun. Surprise! Oh, there's the power over there. Now, there isn't, as far as I can tell, there's no fall damage per se, but if you fall from a big height, then it does like a, it does an animation where you have to like, where you struggle to get back up. There's one. Jesus. I was wondering where the hell these things are. Maybe they are randomized.
The zone is locked down until that strong S is dealt with.
No matter how big, you can still fall. side.
I just really don't like these enemies, if I'm being honest.
I'm not the enemy.
You got a wave of Hess rolling towards you. Bit of time still, but not too much.
Oh, what? Did it unignite? I need that ammo.
Rising closer. Losing.
Nice one. They're on you. Don't let up till you make them stains.
We bagged the Hess elevator.
I hope that guy is up there and he tries to come down here.
Who's elevated is dead.
Containment doors won't open so long as there's a strong Hess that needs killing.
Oh, good thing I'm on the last level because my cats are starting to get antsy.
Cold?
Well, at least we're getting a decent amount of regular assets.
Cold? Heat.
One more thingamabob. Oh. Whoops. Oop, that's not the water gun. Oh, it's over there. Okay, I see it. Wait, what? Whoops. That was stupid.
Shake it off. Come on.
I knew I could trust you.
Well, you wiped them out. Don't get too cocky now. There's plenty more out there.
Did he open this the save room? Did he get the stuff in the save room? Oh, he did one of the two at least. I wonder if it's just that if they run long enough, then they disable on their own, and you have to restart them. Are you safe wherever you are? Actually, there's a safe room right here, too. I don't know if the, like, the little carry cases have more assets in them than the folders. It seems like it could be a possibility, but I don't know.
Done and done.
No more plan for you.
Okay. One more. This zone, even it has frost orbs in it, but you do not actually need to disable or to shut them off with the heaters.
Containment door open.
Hopefully there's a shower right here because he kind of needs it.
Here's our chance. We need mannequins in that lift pronto.
Now it's done. Losing me.
Okay. Now there's usually okay, so the gimmick for this section is that there's a ski lift in the area that travels around the middle, and you have to put mannequins on it. And usually, if I can remember where it is, there's a bathroom or like a closet. Yeah, okay. And there's 2 mannequins in the bathroom.
This thing's not going to settle until it's fed. Where are those mannequins?
Oh, there's all 4 of them are in the bathroom. Cool.
Good work, crew.
Okay, well, luckily,
This
most
is what happens when you stand together.
Oh, did you hear that laugh? That was kind of fucked up. What was that? Oh no. I think he found an extra a modified item. Yep. shit. Where's the black rock when you need it? Okay. So you can, if you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a thing highlighted with the Y button. One of the things you can do is you can buy, or one of the essential items, quote unquote, that you buy is an altered item that you use as like a special super thing, but they have downsides, and so one of them is the lawn gnome, and the lawn gnome is like a it follows you around, it follows actors around, you or enemies, and nice, okay,
That's done it.
and
Looks
it'll
like
do
we'll
a ton of
have
damage,
to
right?
trick once
But the problem is that it attaches to the first actor that is in its vicinity when it's launched, and so if you or one of your teammates is closer than an enemy when it drops, then it will constantly attack your teammates. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Honestly, I don't even use these things. I think I've used it once the entire time. The entire time I played this game.
Heads up. I'm seeing a load of heads starting to make their way toward your job site. The wave's landed. Time to clean house. Elevator's coming down.
No matter how big, you can still fall.
Alright, well, we're coming up on the end of the final of 5 levels for FBC FIREBREAK. Non-modified.
No time to waste. Elevator at your location.
And, I mean, like I said, we're at 2 hours and 24 minutes, minus about 25 minutes, so this whole game is, 2 hours long.
Thank goodness. You're some of my best.
Now, obviously, I'm kitted out, so it takes a little bit less time. But I mean, besides playing, like the rest of the content for the game is just running those same 5 levels with random stuff. That's the whole thing. And as you noticed, many of these all of them are busy work. More like paper chase and ground control are particularly egregious, but like none of these levels are like you're not really doing anything other than busy work. Go over here and repair this, and then do it 5 more times or 8 more times, and then move on to the next area, and then do it another 10 times. The gameplay itself is kind of, I don't know. It's not that great. As I said before, I compare a co-op experience to like a co-op PvE, player versus enemy game, to Left 4 Dead, and those, they're campaigns of like 5 missions each, and you're moving through these pretty large areas, and then that connects to the next large area that you move through, and there's like points where you sit and you barricade and you sit out the waves and stuff like that, and then you keep moving on, and there's like a sense of progression to it, even though there's no progression in the like the level up perk sense. Like, you don't have to buy any extra weapons, they're just there. Like, and each weapon, you don't have to upgrade them, and you don't need perks or anything like that. The gameplay itself, it's solid enough, and the level design is solid enough that you don't need level and like grinding out stuff to be the main source of gameplay. You know, the game is fun. It's fun enough on its own that you will continue to play it because it's just fun to play, and not because you want to grind out these levels as like a sense of completion. You know.
Keep that safety on while you're in headquarters. How come I got to tell you that? You're not a child.
So I don't know. It seems like this is heavily dependent on you just wanting to come back and grind out all this shit and like to get more requisition points just to like to clear out all these menus, even though you're not going to use any of this stuff, you know. So I don't know. And there's only 5 levels, so you have to, you're just like, and each one of those levels, I mean, it took 2 hours to play 5 missions, so all of these are what, like 25 minutes each or something like that, 30 minutes each. So they're really short, and this is just like that's the whole gameplay, is that you're just running these 5 levels over and over and over again. So I don't know. I think I will be done with this game shortly, which is sad. You know, I have been really waiting on this game for a while. I tried to keep my expectations low because it was Remedy's first multiplayer game, and you know, it's a PvE co-op game, so you know, there's a lot of games that are really good out there already, so it had a lot of competition. And you know, apparently they did not take notes on the competition and see what they were doing right. Because this game's kind of mid. I don't know. I splurged the $50 for the deluxe edition, which, okay, so the deluxe edition, so you see the requisite, so these are like the guns and stuff, and these are your like the cosmetics. What the deluxe edition does is gives you the fire starter store, and this is exclusive to the deluxe edition. But as you can see, it doesn't give you extra custom items. It unlocks another store for you to buy items in. Like, you can't use any of this stuff off the bat like a deluxe edition usually does. Like, it'll give you custom items if you can use it immediately. This opens a thing for you to grind out more points so you can buy the stuff in the store. Now, luckily, thankfully, they did not increase the price of these items like they did in the regular cosmetics store, but you still have to buy them. You still have to play the game and get more requisition points to buy the stuff. It didn't just give you it up front. So that's kind of stupid, I think. I paid you $10, just give me the items, you know? But I paid $50 for this game, and I would say at most you should spend like $30 for this game. But by the time this game is on sale, I'm gonna guess that the player base is gonna be significantly reduced from what it is today. So I don't know. I would most likely say you probably are just better off skipping this game. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in it, and I'm trying to force myself to keep going to just like upgrade some of the perks I already have, but I don't foresee myself keeping on with this game for much longer. Sad, but that's the way it is sometimes. All right. Well, I hope you had fun going through the game and seeing what's there. If I do keep this game installed, I might just do a few rounds of corrupted levels just to show off what that is. But other than that, I don't foresee myself actually playing this for much longer. But anyways, I hope you had a fun time watching. Keep those notifications on. I'm not sure when. I mean, it's Friday, so you know, I got the weekend to stream some more, but we'll see. Hope you have a good weekend. If not, see you all later.